Welcome back.
To Marriage Beyond the Veil.
Well, had a question. Who do you invite into your inner circle of your relationship? Gail and I watched a movie with Tom Hanks, Emma Watson. It was called The Circle. And it was a great movie focusing on social media. I'm convinced that Tom Hanks played like the CEO of the company who really was after world domination. But I mean, it showed how, for those of us who are my age or older, you understand when someone says Big Brother is watching. Through technology, through the ability of all the virtual devices, there's so much that can be seen and exposed in one's relationship. And what it got me to thinking about was through social media, there's so many different platforms, but people tend to have this false sense of security about what they're sharing and with whom they're sharing, and get lulled into thinking, well, this is just between me and my boo virtually, when that may or may not be the case.
So you're asking, who are you inviting in when you're exposing yourself or your relationship on social media?
Absolutely. I mean, because there are persons who have actual relationships where they're present, but we are mindful that there are a lot of people who are having relationships that are just mainly virtual, where they're not interacting together. It may be the beginning of a relationship. It may have been going on for some time, but it's a virtual relationship.
Okay.
It's not one where you're in close proximity. It's not one where you're actually sharing space together. And so with that, I want you to be mindful that just as if you were together, there are certain aspects of what you share that should be private and just between the two of you. There are certain boundaries that you have to establish. So, Gail and I being right here together, present, there are certain things that we're not going to invite others into in this circle.
Right.
Because it would be inappropriate. Unless you're into the swinging lifestyle and all those kinds of things, which we're not yet. No. But all jokes aside, if you are in a virtual relationship, are you considering what you're sharing, when you're sharing, and how you're sharing?
Yeah, and there's two different platforms there. So if I'm on, like, say, Messenger, okay, so that's Facebook Messenger, and I'm making a phone call to you, and I'm calling just you. Am I really calling just you? So if I decide, okay, we're going to have phone sex on Messenger, okay.
Wow.
All right. Am I just sharing that with you? Am I just sharing that with you?
Well, and that's the thing, because data is being collected. But again, because of all of the virtual activity, are you really alone? Is it really just you? And I can't answer that definitively, but I have my doubts and I have my suspicions. And so, again, just to heighten your awareness, for those of you who are in a virtual relationship, the movie was called The Circle, and they wanted everything to take place within the circle. And those that worked for the company, but their family members, their friends, all the activities, everything needed to be included. Is that what you desire? And so, again, I believe that in a love relationship, whether it's one where you're physically present or if it's a love relationship that has been established virtually, are there boundaries in place? Are you cognitive about privacies? Because virtually, make no mistake, data is always being collected and shared, and stored. Yeah. So what is being collected and shared and stored and redirected, redistributed?
So I guess what you're saying, be careful about the platforms that you're using and what you're sharing on those platforms.
Absolutely. Because again, Big Brother is watching. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.